Of course, they also did an EKG on me, where they put them little sticky things everywhere and plug those in. So they were checking both my heart, I guess, and the pacemaker to make sure it was still operating. It operates 85 to 90% of the time on at least one side of my heart. I don't know that it does the whole heart, but they also took me back for the CAT scan, and after a while, the caregiver came back in and said, well, everything checks out, you're fine and free to go, and told me I could just get up. I still only had my jeans on and flip-flops, which were at the side of the gurney there, I guess. Anyway, I put those on and walked out, and the police officer that was there the whole time roughly put handcuffs back on me and took me out to the SUV and stuffed me back in that hole. And then we started back, we started towards somewhere, and he turned on the radio very loudly. I don't know what it was, but I did say, can you please either turn that down or off? And he didn't answer, and it was still loud, so I just shut up and rode, and ended up taking me to the county jail, where he dropped me off, and I sat on a bench there for a little while, and then a female and a male came out there, a Hispanic man and a female came out there, detention, something on their shirts, and they had me go back to a back room, and the guy handed me some orange things, said, take off your clothes and put these on. And so all I had on was jeans, so I took my jeans off, and he says, no, your boxers too. And I said, do I have to take my boxers off? There's a lady, I'm just thinking here's a lady right here. And he said, yeah, take off your boxers. So I took off my boxers and put on the orange bottoms and the orange top. And then I sat in there for a long time, and finally the same Hispanic guy came back in there and took my fingerprints and had me fill out forms, and then took me back in there, and I was in there for about 30 hours, a little bit over 30 hours. You don't have a watch in there, so you're just guessing. And then he told me, they actually took me out and put me in a cell downstairs with other men. I was actually in a cell with one other man, but there were other cells down there that at the time didn't know. And the guy I was in the cell with, he kept saying,